Okay. So we're gonna start with something pretty chill just to like get us off on the ground working. And then we're gonna start working on this is something I just think I keep forgetting to do. And then we're gonna start working on a couple different double wall pieces. And the designs of the double wall pieces is gonna be completely up to you guys as to what we're actually gonna be doing. Sydney, what's good? I forgot my computer today, Sydney, so I probably won't be able to see comments quite as easily. But hey, Gideon, how are ya? The first thing we have to do before we do anything else, because I keep forgetting to do it, is this T-bowl for a guy who's coming on Monday. So we're gonna just quickly throw this. The dimensions are a little bit odd for what I normally do. This is way too much clay, but that's okay. It is going to be a pretty simplistic style, but the dimensions we want are 3 and a little bit over 1/2 inches tall by 5 inches wide. And we want that after it's shrunk. So we're gonna kind of just work it there, see what we can do. Okay. Sounds good. I appreciate it. So we're coming up with just different designs today, so anything anybody wants. Or if you want to throw something in there, Sydney, as far as ideas, even if you won't be here. We're at 3.5 inches by 5 1/4. So that's exactly what he wants. So, and he wants this kind of like straight up and down wall, kind of simplistic form, but that's fine by me. Very functional for matcha and such. Hi, how are ya? Cool. Alright, this is all this one was. Really simple, not my normal thing. Let me just torch this briefly, get it off, and then we'll actually start working. I brought my computer down here. I thought it was gonna all be fine and everything, and it was at 2% battery. I forgot to plug it in from our stream yesterday. So I forgot to plug it in last night, I mean. But that's okay. So I'm just gonna firm it up just so it doesn't warp too much for him. Okay. Sounds good to me. I'm really hoping be able to like trim this one later, but we'll get to this later on. Yep, this is porcelain. Yeah, right. I've been doing the same. A lot of the times that we've been starting our lives late on YouTube in the morning is because I've been forgetting to charge my computer. And this time, instead of going back up and starting the video later, I decided just to like go for it. All right, I'm gonna make myself a cup of tea real quick before we start. Just a reminder for you guys on Instagram, I always stream over on YouTube as well. Ah, that's hot. Get this nice and teed for ourselves. Who would have thought? Hot tea is hot. Not me, that's for sure. How's the glazing going, Kevin? Yes, of course. Let me just pour out a little bit more of that hot water. Gotta start with a steamy finish here. Oh, I got new sponges. In the mail yesterday after we did our live. So, very happy about that. Thank you. You gotta bless the wheel before you start throwing with some good tea every morning. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad day on the wheel. Ah, I see. That's annoying. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, it's so cold this morning. I needed a little bit of it. It was a puer. It was a 2016 ripe puer that I got from Whispering Pine Teas. So again, you guys are coming up with the design today, not me. So we're gonna just make kind of a more simple form. Again, the wheel is my tea pad, just like completely giant, awesome, great tea pad. You know, Sydney, if you ever had a bad day in the studio, that's probably why. You just messed up and then you forgot to bless. You know what I don't do, which is kind of surprising, is kiln gods. I have no kiln gods in my life. Never really been a big fan of that. The kiln gods are packed, like cone packs that I just leave there, I guess, but I don't really have specific kiln gods. Cool. Again, we're going to just go kind of simple on these forms, and it's going to be more about the design. No, Gus the Slug is in the studio with me here. That's awesome, Amanda. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's awesome. It's so awesome. Really appreciate that. That's lovely to hear. Okay, so simple form, and this will give us some complexity for our whatever the double-walled form is that you guys decide that we want to do on this. So, let's give it a nice little bit of a torque. Awesome. What do you guys think of my shirt, by the way? If you see my, oh, you guys can't see it. Look at my little teapot on my teapot shirt up here. Bye, Sydney. Thanks for hanging out. Hi. definitely not a shirt that I would normally wear because it has like just has like a split here, which is kind of interesting. But I do like the shirt. Right? It splits nice, eh? Okay, so done with this one. Let me move a few things around just so I don't have to. I need to clean my studio. It's becoming kind of just like an absolute cluster of madness and grossness. Clearly, I haven't used this bath for a minute. I always torch if we're doing double wall pots, yeah. Oh, you know what this is? This is remnants of copper clay. That's cool. Alright, so I think we're gonna make a very similar shape to that last one, maybe a little bit more round. But again, no undulation or anything because we're just working on your design, whatever that design is. So the only design pitched so far this morning is the triangle design that was pitched yesterday. So we can do that for one. That's awesome. That's super cool. Did you like it? Yes. I tried again. I bought some more copper clay and I failed miserably with a different brand. But yes, it was from the same kind of era. I just burned $75 on that last experiment. Awesome. I'm psyched to see. That's so cool. Alright, we're gonna go for a little bit wider of a form on this particular one. Maybe thin enough here. Could be a little thinner on the bottom. I did a little inflection on the inside of this one, just to change it up a little bit. I think that'll be nice, right? It's kind of a nice base form. Right, what do you guys think? Or do we want to do something a little bit, yeah, whatever. Though I kind of, you know what? Actually, I take it back. I kind of want to do another paw one if no one is going to suggest anything else. Raven, I'm doing suggestions. No, there's only been one, and it was the. We're gonna do that instead. It was only the triangle one with holes. So, Claire Ann, how are you? How is Ireland? I know you're. How long have you? How much longer are you there for? I can't even tell time. I have no idea how long it's been already. Oh, clouds. We could do clouds. Huh. Clouds with rain. Fascinating. Okay. We'll do that on the taller one, maybe. You know. if we can get something a little bit more specific than that, because the randomness, well, maybe. Alex, what's good, man? How are ya? I have 2% on my computer. I can open up my computer and check out Instagram if you want to send me a photo of what you're thinking. Yeah, we'll do definitely. Okay, clouds with rain on the tall one. I think that would work on a taller piece, right? This kind of squatter piece might not be as good, or do we? Well, we can decide when we get there. But if you do send it, man, let me know, and I'll open up my computer because I had it shut off. That could be cool. Awesome. Have fun. I hope it's the best time out there. We gotta make your garlic pot soon. To look at pictures of the cow if we go for the cow look. Okay, so now that I got this guy, take a measurement of the interior. Well, since we know what the edge is, we can just do this. So that's what it has to go to. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and our depth is going to be 2 and 3/4 for this one. Cool. Easy peasy. So we used 350 grams for the outside. We're doing 200. No, what are we doing? 300 grams for the inside, 350 grams for the outside. For today. Really, the paw print one we did yesterday is really growing on me. Aki, what's up? What's good? What's new? What's happening? Tell me everything. Oh my god, Raven. That's such a cool idea. If you want extra stroking, you gotta pay extra for that. It's on my other site. Tracy, how are you? I love that idea, Raven. I'm gonna have to come back. I have to. That's not gonna happen right now. I do have mason stain. I have black underglaze. We could somehow make that happen. I don't really know how. Oh my god. That's so cool. What's the college for you? Where are you going? What are you studying? What's the deal? God, well, thank you for watching. things are good here. Just have our last day of actual tennis today. Oh yes, Tracy, message me sooner than later so we can make it. I would like to make your mug soon. It won't be today, but it might be. But things are good here. Last day of tennis for the kids. And what are we at? 2 3/4, and took a measurement with calipers, right? Cool, spot on. Wait, hold on, I have to actually think for half a second before we keep going. It needs to be a little bit taller. And yes, I am getting some of the storm here. It is pretty blusterous today. I'm definitely going to be teaching the kids inside. They're going to hate it. We can't be outside today, but I mean, it's like serious storm and rain in here. It's like, it's no way we're going outside. Awesome, Amanda. Oh, let me see if I can get into my computer real quick. Just undercut this thing. So, for those who are in here who don't know what I'm doing, this is going to be shoved into the other piece that we just made. Oh, really? Okay, cool. That's exciting, Tracy. Yeah, no rush, but it'd be good just to be on my radar. Cool. Thank you. Oh my god. You sound great. I hope you do that. Also, this is my beautiful pink carrying case for my computer. Alright, let's see what Amanda's talking about. Giving me all the good ideas. Hopefully my computer doesn't die as I try to load into this, but we'll see. Instagram. How do you know I was doing that? While we're centering, Lydia? Sure, but will you tell me a couple things? Are you left-handed? Are you right-handed? How do you center? Do you do a karate chop? Do you do a kind of like a claw over? Which hand is doing the most pressure? Are you standing or are you sitting? You can answer any of those things first. I would have a much easier time. I see, Amanda. Okay. That's a cool idea. That is very cow-esque. Interesting. Okay. Alright, I have to close my computer again because there's no way that that's not going to just get absolutely... It just... I'm at like 1% right now. Hold on. Get out of here, computer. What's up, Brian? Hi. Okay, cool. I got you. I'll show you when we center the next piece. I'll show you what I would do if I was you. We gotta get this trim dry enough to start trimming though. It's pretty great. It makes me throw left-handed myself now. Jason, you throw as well, or are you just telling me you're left-handed? Because either way, I like it. Also, this is off topic, but I just, again, something that I just was really cool. So when we got finished with our live video yesterday, 24,000 people came in. Isn't that crazy? We had it was like an hour and a 20-minute stream. That was so sweet of everybody. All right, so I'm gonna take some measurements on this guy, and then we'll do the centering and all that. Oh my God, everybody's from Brazil. Fantastic. Right on, Jason. Isn't that cool? It doesn't, not like it means anything aggressively, but it's just incredibly sweet that that many people care or just like want to check in or whatever. I don't know. It was just really cool. I was pretty psyched to see. All right, let's talk about centering. Boom. Awesome, Lydia. Yes, I stream pretty much every day. So the way it works is like for the work cycle, I stream every single time I'm in my studio. I don't necessarily stream everything I make, but every time I come in, which is almost every day, I'm streaming for a couple hours, and then I'll just disappear for a couple weeks, and you won't see me or hear from me, and then I'll be back, and then you won't see me for a couple weeks, and then I'll be back. And it kind of just works in that cycle. Okay, so centering. First thing, keeping this hand at an angle away. So see how I'm angled away from it? If I'm under here, it's going to undercut. You're going to have everything pop off. So you want a slight angle away, and you're just going to push. And if you push hard enough, the thing pretty much centers, but it goes up, right? We don't really want it to go up. So karate chop, right hand on top, interlock our fingers if we can, and I'll just kind of push down a little bit. And I'm slowly releasing my hands, and then my arms. So the muscles get released, and then your arms get released. It's a two-part release. But I wouldn't ever just go into centering. I would always comb my clay up and down first. This is not to center the clay. This is just to get it all even and consistent. But then I would center it just how I said, if you're using that method. But the big key that I always see is this. So if I just come off without releasing my muscles first, it comes off and it decenters, right? And so I gotta center myself, release my hands, and then release my arm. Does that make sense? That's the biggest thing that I see when people are starting off centering. What? Aki, that's messed up. Nails are an integral part of the feature here. They look so good. I'm all for the nail look. Good. I'm glad I could help, Lydia. Hopefully it does help, you know? No, you don't need to clip your nails. Come take a class with me. We'll figure it out. It does make it a hell of a lot easier if you clip your nails, but it's not necessary. Unless your nails are like an inch long, like past your finger. And then, it's not necessary. But it would be nice if it wasn't that long. Yeah. There is a level to it. Did we check the what did I say for depth for this one on the interior? You guys remember? Because I don't. I don't think we looked. 3 1/4 inch. What are we at? 3 1/4 inch. And spot on. Wow, look at us. I wasn't even trying there. And we're good. This is definitely not going to be the most heavily milliliter capacity cup ever, but that's okay. Thanks, Amanda. I taught myself how to throw in late 2014, and then I've been doing this full-time since 2018. And I don't recommend anybody do it full-time because there's no money in it, but it's a great hobby, so I do recommend that. I have a pedal, Jason, yeah, on my right foot at the moment. I don't know if it's mirrored for you guys, but this is my right hand. I don't know if it's mirrored or not. That's okay, Tracy. You can have whatever you want in there. Also, Tracy, there is a side view, not an overhead view, over on YouTube, just in case you were wondering who I keep talking to. Gotcha. Okay. Also, that's just one way to center. There's a million ways to center. We can talk about other ways to center at a different time. We're not going to be centering anything else today, except these pots once we put them together. And upside down to trim them. Yeah? Are you enjoying it? What's your favorite thing to make now? Do you like glazing? What? Tell me everything. I want to know everything. Jason, the torch firms everything up so I can do the next stage. If I didn't do this, I'd have to let it set naturally, and that would take like an entire day. And since it's rainy out right now, it would take probably 2 days because of the humidity in the atmosphere. This makes everything, so it essentially changes it from having to take 2 days to 35 minutes. I don't torch everything, I just torch double-walled stuff. Because things need to be at a certain consistency as you're throwing. Otherwise, it does not work. Because we're going to be throwing this piece into the first piece that we made. But we need to trim this piece first, so it needs to be firm enough that we can trim it, but not so firm that it won't be able to be attached. Of course, Jason. Yes, it makes things spicy as well. Here's our paw print designs that we were coming up with yesterday. No, it's not. It would crack if you applied too much heat to the like in a specific spot, but do you mean like overall while it's drying after you've put everything together? It's more prone to crack? In which case, no. Actually, in fact, I think it's less prone for porcelain. This porcelain is so finicky, and it likes to be dry, otherwise it kind of just falls apart depending on how thin you throw. So, let's trim the first little bowl we made. And then we'll do the one we just did. And we'll give it a half a second to firm up. So we're doing rain clouds and potentially random shapes. Or do we like the triangles with holes? Those are the two suggestions so far, correct? Hi. So this part's going to get trimmed around because this is where I'm going to stamp my work. This will be exposed at the very end. Yeah, the cow patch shape kind of went into the random shape thing. We're not going to do the color one part of it just because that's going to be way too difficult for this one. I have to think about that first. But yes, that sounds good. Cow patch and rain clouds. And now the rain clouds, are the rain clouds made out of holes like we used to do when we did rain clouds in the past, or rain clouds just big cutout shapes? structurally it would make more sense to have them as holes, but it's not my design today. Yeah. She's got to make sure everybody's on the up and up. No one's misbehaving around here, you know? Okay. Cool. Let's see how dry this is, or how thin this is. We might have to recenter this and get it a little bit thinner. That's pretty good. I mean, I could go a little bit thinner, but this is the part that's retaining the heat. And so if this is a little bit heavier, I'm not mad about it. And I've been using my my teapot stamp recently. I don't know if that's going to center for you guys, but okay, one down. Let's do the other one, and then we'll connect them together. Different size hole. Oh wait, so the hole. Now, when you say that, do you mean the cloud itself has different size holes in it of varying sizes, or do you mean each cloud is made up of different hole sizes? Okay, so it's a mixture of hole sizes. That's messed up. Why would they do that? I don't like that. Yeah, that's what I assumed you meant there, Kenan. Okay, cool. And when you guys were talking about raindrops, are we just talking about like a really small hole that's dropping down as well? Is that kind of the idea? Well, I do have I have a really small hole. This one's, we've never used this for anything before, so. You know. But pinholes could work too, yeah. So I picked up the piece we made yesterday that had the animal paw print in it, the two paw prints in it, and it was really heavy. That has to be for someone who like wants some weight in their cup. This is not gonna be pleasant to drink out of, because I was expecting to put so many more holes in it. It just didn't end up, you know, being that. Dislike, Raven. I'm sorry that you're gonna have to deal with that. I hope you can like figure out a solution that's not that works for everybody, and it's not everybody's not gonna get on their nerves, and you know what I mean. So it kind of sounds like that's probably not gonna happen at this point, from them just acting without asking or doing anything like that to begin with. Okay, let's attach the first one. This is the one I think I'm gonna do the clouds actually now, I think, and then the other one is gonna be random patterns. But we'll see, you know, there's a good chance these will break before we even get there. It totally depends, Tracy. It's super dependent on just what I feel like that day and what I'm drinking and things like that. Um, I just, you know, it's one of those things. It's like if I sell in person, people are always being like, "Oh, these double wall pots that are two pieces put together are so heavy." It's like, then why are they heavier than your single wall pieces? It's like one of those kind of situations. I'm just kind of getting tired of trying to explain. Um, it's like it's two pieces. What do you want from me? Yeah. Yeah, right. I hope it doesn't end badly, Raven. You know, it should, Tracy, but people are weird in person. They'll literally go between my work and be like, "Oh, this one is so heavy," and it costs. They're not. They're 20 grams heavier. 20 grams. But if you put them into comparison, they do feel heavier. But people get really weird about it, and I don't know, it's frustrating. I'm just bored of talking about it. Is really the big thing in person, not to you guys. I love talking to everything about you guys and complaining about people. Oh yeah, 20 grams is literally nothing. I mean, that's like air right there. Okay, but I still get the comments, and it's weird. It's like these people will come over here to me and do that, and they won't look me in the eye, but they'll say it to me while it's happening, and they'll just put it down. These people never buy anything. They're the most opinionated with the tightest wall I've ever seen. I'm gonna poke a random hole in here to make it so I can do the next part without this imploding on us. Boop, there's a hole. Okay, now I can torch this thing, get it off, and then we'll attach the interior to the other piece, trim both of them, and then we can actually start the whole reason that I wanted to do this video. So I don't even bother explaining it to them. Literally, if someone says something like that to me and they aren't looking at me, they aren't gonna buy, and I don't even bother. And if they do buy, they don't buy that because they're way too expensive. They'll buy like a $5 thing, which I don't sell, but that's what they would buy. Again, it's all good. No one has to like my stuff. There's never, you know, never a thing. I'm not expecting everybody to. I'm just shocked anybody likes any of it, to be honest. Thank you, Tracy. I'm so sorry to hear that you had tornado damage, though. That's horrible. What exactly happened? So I'm in a show this weekend in person, even though I just was complaining about selling in person. And I'm really hoping I can move the whistles because they are going to be kind of a pain to ship. And so I would prefer to sell them in person, but you know, I don't have much local clientele, so I don't really think that's going to happen. Yeah, I've had a lot of people have been like overwhelmingly way more mean to me about my work in person than online, which is kind of the opposite of what I expected. Like starting a business, I kind of assumed everybody online was going to be really mean to me, and then people in person were going to be sweet, and it's been the exact polar opposite. They're not mean. Well, some people are mean, but I've told them one story a million times. But I was at this like really expensive show called Paradise City in Northampton, and it was like a $1,300 booth fee, and I just remember this one dude walked up to my booth, grabbed one of my pieces, came over to me. He said, he looked over, he handed it to me. He said, "You know this is a piece of shit, right?" Handed it to me and walked away. I was like, come on, man. Like, thanks. I appreciate you. What a nice guy. I just wanted to do pottery. I was a sculpture major in college, and I was doing metalwork, and my aunt is a potter, and I always kind of wanted to try, and ended up just teaching myself and fell in love. There's so many cool aspects of pottery that you can never get bored. If you get bored with throwing, you move to glaze. If you get more bored with glaze, you move to kilns. If you get bored with that, I don't know, you do other things. There's a million things. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. That's tough. I'm glad you guys are all okay though. Yeah, the booth fee was $1,300. I only sold $300 worth of stuff over 3 days. $100 a day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It was like 96 degrees. That was the last show that I traveled to. After that, I decided to never do it again because I reopened up my website and I made $800 the next day online. And I was like, why did I schlep myself to Massachusetts or wherever that is, do all these things, have to just interact with mean people all day for 3 days for like what? That was kind of the end of in-person stuff for me. That being said, I would like to do more in-person stuff in the summer because summer sales are horrible for me. It seems to be at the beginning of the year, the end of the year, middle of the year, nothing. I can't. I'm always like, can I do this full time anymore? Every middle of the year. I appreciate you, Tracy. Oh yeah? That's cool. Has she ever been to Paradise City? Because if she has, she's seen my aunt. My aunt kills it at Paradise City every year. For years, she was doing flameware, which was pretty cool. Yeah, fair. I like that the set. Oh, I just offset this really bad. Hold on, I need to pay attention. Uh-oh. I may have messed up. It's fine. We're good. We're great. If it's a little offsetter, it's fine. Yeah, right. That $500 was a steal. I would do that show for $500. I think I'm gonna do my local farmers market this year. I need to get. I'm friends with the guy who's like running the whole thing, so I need to like talk to him and see how I can get a booth fee for a little bit. But yeah, I like the sound of that bumper sticker. The top of this will be offset a little bit, and I think that's fine. No one's gonna know. You can only tell because it's rotating. We were talking about this the other day, but like I see people throw all the time online, and it's so offset, and then they show the final result, and you would never know that it's off center like crazily. And so if something's so minorly off center like this, it doesn't really matter. Also, these are just proof of concept designs anyway, and so we'll find the one that we like the most of the choices that we've come up with together, and then we'll just kind of go down a rabbit hole on that. So much character. Okay, I need a little pinhole. This is going to be the random shape one. And when I say random shape, I mean cow. Because that's essentially what Amanda sent me as a picture too, so it all works out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, whatever. We'll be fine. Ignore my uh-ohs. Yeah, I would like to do the pause again, for sure. I also like to do the cutouts again. The triangles that we did yesterday were really cool. And I want to do the triangles with the holes instead as well. Oh, and one that I really liked that Brian came up with was I think it was Brian, was the Fiddlehead Fern. It did not sell well, so I don't really want to do it again, but I really liked the results of it. Anyway, if anybody's in Connecticut and want to hang out this weekend, I'll be at a set location so you can come harass me. No, I made the inside so close to the outside of this one that I poked, nothing happened, it just hit the wall, and so the air hole wasn't really very holy, you know what I mean? Who's saying hi over here? Dima, hi, how are you? What's new? What's happening? What's going on? Tell me everything. How's karma? I think everybody, I I want to disagree with you, Tracy, but I think I'm gonna probably agree with you to a degree. That being said, there are exceptions. There's always exceptions to the rule. Always are. Always is. Always can be. All right. I sure can, good, but I'm not going to. We could do little hearts. That'd be so. Oh my god, that'd be so horrible, and so horrible. We should do it for Valentine's Day next year. Is a heart-shaped double-walled cup. Just one. Nice. 3 hours. That sounds great. What are you guys gonna do for 3 hours? I was gonna say read the Sunday paper. Karma seems like a good reader, but then I realized it's not Sunday, so I still said it anyway for some reason. Oh good, it's like super stormy here. Oh, I can make a dog bowl with hearts on it and give it to Olive. Oh my god. Keo, what's good? How are ya? Yeah, I mean, I do too. That's why it would be a one-off heart cup or bowl. I don't think I would want to see that at my house. I have a really nice metal, this like in double wall insulated dog bowl that I like for her. She doesn't really like my ceramic dog bowls. I've tried to make one for her before. She's not a fan. And that's okay. Not everybody has to like him. Awesome. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, Dima, that's so lovely to hear. Do you have a specific sound for recall for her? Or is it a treat-based thing, or is it your arm being up? What is the recall method? Why did I not do the heart? When would I have done a heart? What are you talking about? Did we even talk about hearts? I don't remember talking about hearts at all. Alright. Oh, we're looking good. Ooh. Oh, hell yeah. Let me just get my finger in here real quick. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the good stuff. This is gonna be a good one. It's like the perfect width here to like punch out some holes. There's like enough space in there that I can get things out, but it's like big enough and thin enough. Okay, we're throwing a lot better than we were throwing yesterday, apparently. I didn't think we were throwing badly yesterday, but We are in compared to this. God, I can't talk. I haven't had enough tea yet, guys. I need more tea in my life. Okay, so this is going to be the cloud with the raining little rain doodads in it. What's a pinky mouse? Hey, here's the bottom. Okay, let's do the other one, and then we're going to start poking out holes. Do you want to start with the cloud one, or do you guys want to start with whatever we said we were going to do for this one, the cow one? You want to do the cow one or the cloud one? Gotcha. Clearly need to brush up on my mouse knowledge. The last time I was kind of around mice was I had a girlfriend in high school who had a snake, and we had to feed it mice all the time, and I was traumatized from that experience. It's my one mouse experience, really. Besides all the cute mice that live in my house. Scurry through my walls at night while I'm trying to sleep, wake all up in all hours of the night, who then wakes me up to tell me that there's something in our wall. Yeah. Oh yeah? What kind of snake? Oh, hell, oh my god, we're doing so much better today than we did yesterday. As far as like depth and everything goes. Oh yeah, this is the good stuff in here. Maybe our calipers were off yesterday. I don't know what the deal was. Some days are just better than other though, you know? Some days I literally come in here, I can't throw anything. Some days I can kind of throw. I can pretend. That's cool. Yeah, I wouldn't want to name the mice before having to feed them. The ball python is sweet. The inner wall? We can do that for the next one. I can't access the inner wall anymore though. Oh my gosh. Gotcha. Oh man. So many good mice stories. Man, yeah. Really missing my computer. It's really annoying to be able to have to lean in. Whatever. It's today. Just today. It's probably why I'm throwing better, because I'm not I'm not just looking at my screen talking to you guys the whole time. That being said, I love you being here. I don't want anybody to leave. I like it so much more. I wasn't saying anything bad about it. Okay, I think we're good on the bottom here. Oh, gotcha. That's a bummer. I'm glad you... What did he do when you moved to Ireland? I would just spit all my tea everywhere. To the park? That's so cool. Oh, you mean spiral the outer wall? This wall? Ah. I would have preferred to spiral it like while we were throwing it to add more milliliter capacity, to be honest. Um, Instead of trimming a spiral into it, I think that would have been nice. I'm game to do that on another one. But if you added like a pattern, a throwing kind of pattern with the trimming tool at this point, and then we did the other patterns, like the cow pattern, it gets a little bit busy. And to be honest, it's a little overwhelming. Too many shapes. That's why we're not undoing my normal undulating form as well. So, gotcha. I see. I see. Wait, so Raven, what happened to the snake? Did you say? Did I miss it? What am I doing? Hold on. I think I'm gonna angle you guys up a little bit. And you have to stare at my face now. Alright. Do we want to start with the cloud, or do we want to start with the other shape? This is going to be the cow shape, and then the other one is going to be the cloud one. What are we feeling? Agreed, Dima. A pigeon? I love that idea. Love that idea. I know I've really lucked out. Everybody who comes and watches these videos is so sweet. It's like, everybody's cool, everybody has cool hobbies, everybody just seems like cool people. I'm very lucky. Alright, I'm gonna start with the cow one. Pigeons are really cool. I'm gonna just map out a couple shapes. Or a shape. Well, I've already committed. We'll do this. We'll start with this one. We'll do it nice and quick. The other one will take more time. So that's the pattern. Are you guys blurry? No, whatever. You can see. There, Dima. Tony, how'd you know this was a pod channel? Oh my god, this guy. Alright, so I'm just gonna cut this out and see how well it cuts. I hope for the best. I don't know how thick this is, so I didn't want to go all the way through. That's cool. And what defines a fancy pigeon versus the other pigeons? I know there's a lot of money in pigeoning, or whatever it's, I don't know what the term would be. How thick is this? Man, oh man. Maybe I didn't throw very well today. Okay, so now I can kind of just gauge thickness here. Oh, it actually isn't very thick, it just, I was not shoving my tool in there very far. So there's one of many random shapes that we're going to be applying into this. Oh. Oh my god, I'm going to have to do some serious Googling after this. So, do we like this idea just so far? Just like randomly putting stuff. I am going to draw everything out first. I wasn't going to. Originally, I was just going to draw out that first one, but after I just cut that out, I think it makes sense to do so. Do we like these so far? Good, Amanda. Amanda, what do you do for work? Okay, cool. Should we all just become pigeon people and then we can send messages to each other? Because in a complete serious way, that sounds cool, and I like the idea of it. How far can pigeons go? What's the full range? Can we go cross states? Thanks. I mean, Mountain. That sounds good to me, man. You enjoy yourself. Okay, cool. That's what we're trying to do here, Amanda. We're trying to do everybody's designs today, or in the next couple days. We're gonna essentially just over the next week or so, we're just gonna do a bunch of different designs. That being said, I need to do one more production day before we get there. Oh, okay, then 100%. What was the question, Mount? I didn't have a question for you, man. Good on you, though. Okay, so we can 100% do it. Now, what does it take to become a pigeoneer? I assume that's the terminology. I could be corrected, obviously, if need be. So I think that article on double walled pots is supposed to be out like today. I should be getting it in the mail pretty soon. I haven't gotten it yet. I have that rough draft that they sent me a couple weeks ago, but I haven't gotten the actual article sent to me yet. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut all those out. Yeah, I was going to. It's just a little bit hard to do at this stage. They kind of feel like little amoebas or something. Okay, I'm in. All right, you sold, kidding. You sold. I'm sold completely. I don't know how Olive will feel about pigeons. She had a. She's not a huge fan of birds anymore. She these doves startled my ex many years ago, and ever since then, Olive is now trying to defend me against all types of birds. Which is very cute. She especially despises the pileated woodpecker that lives next door. She will try to run after it every single time. Good. I'm glad you're into it. Oh my god, that's so cute. Oh, Petal. Oh, what a good dog. I'm curious, I'm really curious about Olive and cats. I would like her to be able to get along with a cat, if possible. I don't think it's going to be very probable, but I think I'm going to try at some point. I don't want a cat necessarily, but it would just be nice. I grew up with cats. I love cats. I never thought I was going to have a dog. Now, I can't picture my life without a little dog. I don't know what I'd do with myself. Go crazy, probably. More so than I am already. Adorable. Oh my god. Amanda, this was a solid idea, and I love the idea of maybe like a black underglaze on the inside and throwing so thin that the black shows through and having this raw clay on the outside, so we have this like actual black and white cow pattern going on. Turn this wheel off before I accidentally step on the pedal, and just everything goes flying. Yeah. I've been talking about getting one of these for years, and I have yet to do it, and I'm still going to keep talking about it like I'm going to do it soon, but I will not do it because I'm just too lazy to get it. But I want like an arm, just like I have on this lamp, that's mounted so I can just have the camera right here, so you guys can see like my actual angle instead of from the opposing side of me. I think that would be really nice. If I was to actually do something like that, would that be an interesting angle to see? And would you guys actually like that? Or is that just silly? Oh my god. Little mushrooms would be fantastic. Aki, love this idea. Remind me the next time we do this. Because we're only going to do 2 today. We're just going to do the clouds in this one. And maybe when I get back from teaching, if I'm feeling it, we might make another one. I really like that idea, and everybody seems to be really into mushrooms. Uh, I have a friend who all of her things are mushrooms, and she kills it. Good. I'm glad to hear it, Amanda. Yeah. You know, it's like I really love these collaborations and the fact that we can just do stuff. I can change my headphones before that one's about to die. I have a feeling, you know. Uh-oh. Okay. I think now you're connected. Just connected to my other phone. Um, what was I saying? Oh, I just love the collaborative aspect of doing all this stuff with you guys. Because otherwise, I would just be doing like the same stuff. I mean, I would definitely be changing things up, but you know what I mean. It really adds a bunch of cool ideas that I would never have done myself. I'm really excited to get back into my fish pots too soon, but that's a whole different clay body, and I'm not quite ready to stop on the porcelain. Though maybe I'll just switch to a different wheel. I have different wheels in here. I could just have a stoneware wheel. Nah, I take it back. I have a student who comes, and so it would just still be a mess no matter what. That wheel's a little shorter than what I have right now. I do online, Amanda. I'm not a team player in person. If we have to like have like an art thing, but online, really love collaborations. Awesome. Awesome. I can't wait to see. I'm not going to look right now because there's no way my computer hasn't died already. It was at 1% when I looked at your last picture. And so, like, there's no way. I think I would like start loading it up and it would just shut off on me. I'm excited to do the cloud one right after this. Ooh, I got a little close there. I did cut into the interior wall a little bit with the last one I did. Oops. Hi, hi. I need to figure out how to get my other third phone in here that's playing music right now. I have to figure out how to get that one to load Instagram or TikTok so I can stream on all three at the same time. Though I don't know if my brain can handle that many conversations at once. I'm I'm still kind of struggling with the two sometimes if it's really going off on both places. But luckily for the most part, it's usually just isolated into one place where everybody's actually talking. Hmm. If you should try throwing literally together. I throw people together all the time. It's great. Raven, it is. It's like kind of like my brain gets a little bit fried. Anyway, did you guys say if you would want the um my like point of view camera if I bought a wall mounted like tripod thing? Would you guys be interested in that? Or would that just be I'm not even entirely sure how that would work because I think it would be in my way still, but you could be over my shoulder, so I don't even know. Same here, Amanda. It's way nicer, right? I like it on YouTube a lot more. Though we're on Instagram now, right now, when Instagram lives are sadly like the worst kind of lives, but it's not optimized for lives, which is a bummer. Though I do like doing them still. Okay, cool. I'll look for one online then when I get out of here. I think this shape would have been very cool on an undulating form, actually. Now that I'm cutting them out, I think undulations plus these random shapes could have been very cool. So we might have to try that at some point if you guys would be interested. Cool. Yeah. The most demanding people in here never donate. They're always asking, never receiving. We could have nice collaborations. This guy, I swear. Good thing he's a cute dude though, so it all works out. Good on you, dude. Hi hi. Cool. All right, we'll figure it out then. Oh, this is having some hard. It's pretty fragile, eh? I don't do commissions, no. I refuse all the time. I probably should. I'd probably make more money, but this is a pineapple. Um, can't you tell? It's a double-walled pineapple with some uh, Italian sweet pepper on top. I feel like commissions are great if you fire an electric kiln. Um, I I think commissions are just so difficult if you fire atmospherically, unless the person taking who wants the piece is open-minded and doesn't have like an amazing like has to be this color vision. In which case, I will take a commission. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, they said it couldn't be done. They said pineapples that are double walled couldn't be done. I'm proving them wrong just today. That was a really cool cut on the base there. Hi, hi. How are you? I'm liking this more and more the farther we're going. This is cooler and cooler. This might be one of like my favorite like suggested double walled pieces we've ever had. I appreciate that. I think that's the only way to do it, honestly. Like I'm game for style, idea of color, size. I'm game for like some basic things, but then a lot of it has to be you have to be okay with chance because essentially all I'm doing is gambling while I'm making pottery. So, exactly. I appreciate it. Well, I'll take a commission from you as long as you're cool with whatever happens and it's not dramatically out of my um, style. I used to get a lot of people trying to commission me to do like block letters of their name or their business on a pot. And I was like, I can recommend people to you, but I'm not the person. Um, I can't recommend anybody off the top of my head. I actually don't know anybody who does that anymore, who does it pottery professionally. I think the crazy thing too, when I was doing more commission stuff, and I haven't actually taken commission except for my from my tea dealer for many, 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 many years. Um, people wanted a discount from commissioned work. It's like, bud, no, it's more expensive if it's commissioned. It's not less expensive. That was a constant. I heard that a lot. I don't know where that mindset came from. Hmm. I wish raku firing was functional because it's fun, it's easy, it's quick. I do the only reason I raku fire is to get people hooked into pottery, and then I'm like, no, now we do real stuff. Not that raku's not real. It's just what are you gonna do with it? I mean, you could use it, I guess. I'm not gonna use it, but you could use it if you wanted to.
Right? That is cool. Yeah, people are wild in general. It's interesting. I don't get it. Oh, just as a quick note, if I just disappear, it is crazy windy here, and if I lose power, that's why I'm not here anymore. Yeah, I I literally I do raccoons is it. I'll probably do one during my Clayway tour, like I did last year too. It's just kind of like a nice, like cool thing that is instant gratification because pottery is not instant gratification, but raku is, and so it's like the one time in this art form that you can just have an immediate result that looks really cool. So I've been doing them during my clay tour that's every October, or at least I did last year. I do something different every year. Oh wait, this year I said I was gonna do the wheel thing. I'll have a wheel out, you can throw on the wheel, and if you want to pay me something, we can fire it for you and you can come pick it up. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And maybe I'll just go find a oh, and then we're gonna raffle off lessons. That's right. I forgot who came up with that idea, but that was a great idea. This is so cool. I'm really into this. Okay. Oh yeah, you could totally do that. I wish liquid quartz wasn't so expensive, but I was when that first came out like 9 years ago, I was so tempted just to like go down a raku route and just douse everything in liquid quartz. Um, and I decided against it because I had access to atmospheric kilns, so it seemed redundant and expensive. But if I hadn't, I probably would have done that. Thanks, Tracy. I see. Um, I haven't really talked to him in many years, but there's a dude, and for some reason I'm forgetting his name at this exact moment, but he does the cardboard pottery. And I feel like I saw a video of him just dousing his cardboard pots in a in liquid quartz the other day. And I was like, oh hell yeah, dude. That's where it's at. That's where it's I'm glad he's doing that. Tim Skoll? No. Tim no. Tim K. There we go. Thank you. Exactly. It's all of the above. Yeah, that's awesome. That's super cool. That is the only thing about having. I have a really small studio, and I really like that because I like small spaces and all that. But I do kind of wish I had a slightly bigger space to like run like big workshops or just I don't know. But I think the more personalized workshops are going to be good. I will eventually get my act together and do workshops here, maybe twice a year, teapot workshops, stuff like that. Mm. You should, kitten. They're pretty awesome. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. I can't spell, it's like KY something or other. I saw someone sent me a video of some dude in the UK making something out of like cardboard pottery. And the whole thing was like, have you ever seen this before? This guy is so creative and inventive. And it's like, this Tim has been around for like 20 years doing this. What are you talking about? This guy's brand new to the scene. Never even heard of his name before. I don't know. I don't really remember what it was, but some guy who clearly took click inspiration from Tim. It really is cool. I Raven, I really hope you don't end up. I hope it ends up being settled relatively peacefully, and yet I hope you can do the Raku stuff. But I'm more concerned with you guys all being happy and coming to a friendly resolution. Hmm. All right, we have a little bit more to do. I'm just going to put this down for half a second. Gotcha. Yeah, that's probably the dude that I saw recently who seems to be much newer to the scene. I mean, I've never at least seen his name before. Tim is the one that I've known for many years doing cardboard pottery. Okay, this is where this is starting to get a little bit sketchy because if I apply too much downward pressure, this whole thing is going to collapse. So the more we cut out, the sketchier this is getting. Thanks, Amanda. Yo, Joel, doing great. How are you? Check it out. This was Amanda's idea over on YouTube. Well, it seemed like actually kind of a collaborative idea between Kitten and you, Amanda. But you both kind of came up with it nearly the same time, it seemed like. What's up, Anna? Thanks. Well, we'll see if it actually survives. There's a pretty decent chance I screw it up on this last third. This is where it's going to start getting sketchy. So, Aki, I'm happy to do commissions for people who are open-minded with color results and maybe a little bit of design collaboration. So, I'm happy to do a commission. It's but the caveat being really you can pick a color that you've seen and that I've done, but it does not guarantee that that is the color that it will come out as. That's the color is my biggest gripe with commissions from my past. Um, People are always expecting something. They always pick the most beautiful version of that glaze, and it's like it's not how that works. If I could do that every time, I'd be a lot more wealthy than I am. Thanks. Need a little bit more tea. Hmm. Well, send me a message over on Instagram of what you're thinking about, and you can even design it on a live if you would like. If we just have a base idea, and I go in knowing that that's what we're doing. Actually, I really like that idea. Maybe we start taking commissions, but you have to be here for the video and you tell me as it goes. Thanks, Rum. I'm excited too. I think we have a lot of cool things happening right now. Very creative people in the chat today and yesterday and every day, coming up with really cool ideas. I've always said this, but I think the design aspect of pottery is significantly harder than the making. Like, yes, you have to have the capability of making that thing, but coming up with the design, I think that's much harder. Totally. We're almost there. We got a third of the way to go. That's so cool. This is so cool. I'm psyched on this. Hopefully it doesn't warp too hard in the kiln because I will be firing this to cone 12, and this is cone 10 clay. And these are some big cutouts. One of the reasons I actually haven't been, truth be told, I have done stuff like this when I first got into double walled pots. And the reason that I stopped was because the collapsing was so aggressive and there was so much cracking issues that I had to kind of back off on the style just to make it somewhat successful. And it still is not super successful sometimes with the holes. But I am excited to kind of like revisit these things with a better skill set to maybe make them actually work. Because we've been doing double walled stuff since 2019, and I'm a lot better of a potter than I was back then. So I think it's possible to do now, potentially. 2018? When did we start doing double walled stuff? It's been a couple of years. 2018 or 2019 is I think when we did our first double walled pot. I remember the double walled pot. I've kept it. It's in on my Ochoko mantle display. Unglazed stoneware in the first firing of my the new kiln that I made. So probably 2019 then. So what's happening too is in a way it's good because it's firm, but it's also firm, which means I have to apply more pressure, which means it's a little sketchier on when we're trying to take these things out. What about little dinosaurs everywhere? Like little baby dinosaurs that we draw out or and then have to cut out all the way around here. I think I need a there are only like 2 or 3 of them maybe on the pot actually, because I don't think I have the mental capacity to do a bunch of them, but that'd be kind of a fun thing. The legs are going to be terrifying, but yeah, fish would definitely be. Oh, we're almost there. Fish 100%. I have a friend who's been making, now that I think about it, I have a friend who's been making double wall pots kind of similar to this recently. Might have to send her a picture of this later. So I think we're done with teapots as well. Uh, Maybe we make another not double walled teapot, but we have a lot 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 teapots, and then 12 pendants, teapot pendants that are made for this next firing. It is giving much more coral than cow. I think uh, I should have done more like cloud shapes for the cow, but you know, you live and you learn. It's our first try. And granted, Amanda's message to me was random shapes, not cow. I think the cow thing we need to do with the black underglaze somehow. Oh, so this knife is pretty funny. It's not sharp. You can push as hard as you want on either side, but they're the same thinness on either side. But people, when I hand them this, they always try to cut it like this because they think they can't cut like this, but it doesn't. It's the same. It's just a little piece of metal. It's not sharp. It's pointy, but it's not sharp. So I got the pink. I got all of our glazes in. The pink glaze seems a lot lighter than previous pink glazes, so I'm very curious to see how it comes out. It will not come out looking like our pink in the past. So I'm just throwing that out there. I can almost guarantee that it will be a softer pink. I'm really psyched for the yellow. Like honestly, that's all I'm thinking about. I think the gray will sell really well too. I think it'll be more simplistic, but I think it'll just do really well for tea. Okay, this is getting to the really sketchy part because I'm now holding whole on all under my hand, and so I can't apply pressure downward too much, and I can't apply pressure on either side of my hand that much. And I was using my pinky on this as a support, and I can't push there anymore. Good, Amanda. Anyway, I like this idea of taking commissions over live videos. My one thing is that I will be 100% upfront on commissions as far as cost goes. There's no 50%, there's no pay after, there's 100% upfront. Unless I really like the design, and then we can talk about it. Right, Tracy? Yep. Okay, we're almost there. Thanks, Amanda. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to cut out, and then we can take a gander and see how we did. But this is definitely where it's getting sketchy. Cool. And we should have enough time to poke out the holes in the other one before I have to go teach tennis. I'm really hoping we can. I guess if for some reason we don't have enough time, we can do it when I get home. Oh, excuse me. God, that was so much clay in my mouth. I forgot that piece fell into my splash guard. Excuse me. Didn't mean to spit on camera there. I just wasn't expecting that much slip in my mouth. That was way more than I anticipated. I always expected a little bit of clay in my mouth from putting tools in my mouth, but that was like a literal dollop of cream cheese just shoved into my mouth. I feel like you're the one who's always telling me to eat more clay. Weren't we gonna start a clay eating YouTube channel together? We just shove clay in our mouths in weird ways. Okay, here we go. Here comes the sketchy stuff. Okay. I need some luck from you guys for this one. And I'll try to support on the rim this time. Oh, God. Can't apply that much pressure in that direction. It's going to break. Come on, buddy. Hmm. Oh man, I almost just cut that one off into another piece. That would have just been the end of it. I would have just fused the two together, but it would have probably collapsed later on because the hole was too big. Get out of here. Okay, this is real sketch up here. Oh, I cut a hole. I cut a line into the interior section on that one. Okay, I need to put this down for a second. I didn't breathe that entire time. As far as like a mystery box, Tracy, we could do something like that. I like that idea. Hey, Rum, thanks for hanging. Okay, so this is going to be the sketchiest one. I should have done this one first. This one up high here, that's going to be sketchy. So just give me a half a second to just commit to this. The reason it's sketchy is, yes, it is thinner up there, but it's significantly drier. Yeah, Tracy, I'd be game for that. And are you talking about stuff that you would would want to be made afterward, or stuff that I have that that I already have that's made, uh, and then just like put together like a box of my favorite things in that color under that price range? So Tracy over there on Instagram is putting up a really cool idea for like essentially like a mystery box, but you choose the price limit, and color and things like that. And then I find stuff that fits into those categories and price. Um, and so I think it's a really cool idea. I probably would do a little bit of a discount on something like that as well. Or you get more than what you paid for, essentially. I'd probably give like an extra pot away in that thing. So you'd probably be a little bit over it. And then I guess depending on how much you spend, I would do extra. Thank you, Raven. All right. We got this. That's a really cool idea, Tracy. I wonder. It's a really cool idea. Okay. The annoying part is I just don't have anywhere to really put my finger comfortably. To add for the support, so I don't lose control of the tool as I'm cutting. I have to like go between the blank spots of the patterns we haven't cut out yet. Oh, this one I might have spoken too soon already, but this one was actually easier. Oh, no, this one was actually easier than the last one we just cut out. Oh, interesting. So you give a price point. Oh, I love this idea. Okay. Okay, get this. This is what Tracy's saying, and I think this is a fantastic idea. You give me a certain amount of money. I make whatever it is to my heart's content on live. Is that what I'm essentially right? Um, and we talk about color and stuff like that, or or is it complete commission like mystery, but you get to see it? Or do you want involvement with it, Tracy? Because either way, I like it, and I'm 100% game for that. I love that idea, and I would 100% be open to that. I've been trying to figure out, like, I love doing live videos. I really don't like making content, but I really love live videos. I've always loved doing live videos. I like performing or just hanging out. I like that whole aspect of it. Um, and that would be a really cool way to like spark interest and then make the live videos a little bit more profitable. So I can pay for Olive's very expensive cookie habit and salmon habit. So I spend $120 a month on cookies and treats for Olive, and that doesn't encompass her like actual food or like the salmon I buy for her, and I don't count the catch. We catch most of it, but the water has been very high, so I have not been as successful on catching fish that are big enough to keep. I've been catching fish, but they're not just big enough that I'm okay with taking the life of. But so the last little bit of cleanup for these is going to be not on alive because I want them to dry up a little bit more. And then I'll clean them with a sponge and a paintbrush. And I will probably go back and carve a little bit more with the knife, but that's not going to happen on live. It's not the right consistency, and that if this is boring, then that's going to be just absolute hell for most people. All right, two more, and then we're done. Yeah, Tracy, 100%. I'm 100% game for that. I love that idea. I think that is a really, really smart idea. Yeah, that's a really cool idea, Tracy. I'm into it. Oh, poor Petal. What's going on with, I'm sure we've talked about it, but what's going on with her tummy again? Just give me a quick recap. I know we've talked about it, I'm sure. I'd be shocked if we hadn't. One more, and then we're done with this one piece. I think so, Tracy. I'd have to figure out exactly how to market it, and I'd probably run an ad. I haven't run an ad in a million years, but I probably would run an ad for that. Yeah. Luckily, I have a friend who's really good at running ads, so maybe I'll ask some input. And then I have another friend who's doing a lot of like design work for companies who would have some good SEO insight kind of stuff for that. Awesome, Tracy. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll do it. Let's give it a go. Okay. I mean, that's so cool. Amanda, what an idea. Okay, what time is it? It's 1:36. I'll do the cleanup and everything later. I'm not going to do that now. But I'm like really psyched on that. I'll show you up close here. Can't show you guys because your angle, but I see. I see. I see. Oh, poor baby. No, Tracy, I wouldn't be bored. Especially if someone was in the live who commissioned the piece and wanted to see it and everything. I would be thrilled to talk about design and stuff. I know that kind of is defeating the mystery part of it, but okay. So we have one more to do now. Now we have to do the cloud one. So let's put this to the side. And grab another bat. I think it might collapse. Who knows? Yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks, Tracy. All right. So now this one, Kenan, you were saying various sizes of holes for the clouds, correct? And I'm just going to draw big kind of cloud forms all around this, and then we'll kind of go from there. I'm gonna zoom you guys up a little bit on. gonna be kind of similar to the one we actually just did. Now that I think about it, but it'll have holes. I'm not sure how we're gonna get the rain into some of them, especially if they're lower clouds. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, so what do we think of those being the stencils for the clouds? I'll show you in a second, Tracy. I'm not really sure how we'll get the rain in there. This is looking more cowy. Is this what you had in mind? Or is this completely different? Do we just put the holes on the very top? You know what I mean? It's this one's now looking more like the cow form. How are we feeling about that? You let me know, kitten. Make them smaller, the clouds themselves everywhere, or just like, but okay, on just on the top, or because we have the two, we have like, so we're you want more like this size. Can you see that even? Like that sized one? Or like that size? Is that what you're thinking? And then more of the clouds? So Tracy, that's the idea. I don't really know how I'm gonna necessarily add the raindrops on this particular one yet. Uh, we, it might be, it might be different. We'll see how. Let's get the holes into the clouds first, and then. Hmm. All right. Let's see what we can do. Okay. I'm gonna have one big one. I'm gonna keep this big one because I like this big one. And you're saying smaller and not as far down. I can do this. Um, so I'm running into a design thing that I'm seeing right here, and the thing that I'm seeing is that if they line up, I don't really want the tops to be lined up, but since it's not very big, they are already just like naturally kind of lining up. I'm gonna try to get away from that if I can. Okay, I can't go down lower. Uh, I think that's kind of closer. Oh, sorry about that, Tracy. I think we're gonna. It's just the level of it's a little bit weird, but we're gonna go for this and see what happens. Now we're gonna use various sized holes, kind of randomly, to just make the pattern, right? It's a different hole, various holes in every single cloud, right, Kitten? That's the idea we're going for. Am I gonna get? Oh yeah, I'm not on TikTok right now. Okay. I don't want to get flagged every time I go live on TikTok. They really don't like me putting things in my mouth, and that's messed up. I think my concentration is starting to get depleted. I think that cutting that last one really just took away all my brain capacity, and so I'm just like falling off into nothingness as I'm talking. I think that's what happened right there. What's up, Luna? How are you? What do we think? Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah, the last one kind of took it out of me, honestly, a little bit. Cool. I'm gonna throw a big circle in there somewhere on this next one. Yeah, I know. Well, that's so the question is do we go abstract now and then do the clouds later because it's not cloudy and just move in that direction? Thank you, Cynthia. How are you? I think the cutouts that we were doing for that last one over there would have been better potentially for the clouds maybe. And then we do holes for the raindrops. Is that a better solution, Kitten? Okay, cool. Well, then we'll just go for the float. Go with the float. The next one we'll do, not today. We'll do clouds, but cut out clouds with raindrops. And maybe we can cut little raindrops out. Cool. I'm glad to hear it. We're gonna throw just a big old circle in there. I clearly do need more tea. I haven't actually had that much tea today. I haven't even made that much progress on the tea that we've been drinking. It makes sense. Lack there of creative juices without my tea influence. God, those triphobia people are gonna hate this one. I love it. Yeah. You're all good, Amanda. I'm gonna kind of reconfubulate my cloud idea then. If we're going abstract, I'm gonna kind of that was the proper terminology, by the way. Reconfubulate. We are drinking a 2016 Ripe Puer from my tea dealer this morning. It is my all-time favorite tea that he does not sell anymore. These are really cool. Yeah, not at all. These are definitely not clouds. We have to just do cutouts for clouds, I think. This isn't the move. I do like the varying shapes in each hole, in each cloud, though. What are you drinking today, Amanda? Anything good? Anything tasty? Delicious, maybe? I was like, I say I really like the shape of this one. It's it's pretty dry. Like I can still mush it up, Cynthia, but this will definitely crack. It's like a medium hard leather dry. Hmm. Oh yeah. What if you well when you do drink tea, what is your go-to flavor? Do you have a kind that you particularly like? Or is it just kind of like whatever's there? Cynthia, have you been doing any pottery yourself? I feel like you were taking a class at one point, but I can't actually remember. I could be making that up. This is like the perfect timing because I have to bail out of here pretty soon. Nice. That's awesome. How's Subi doing? What are you working on? I see. That'll be cool. What's the book? Oh, and how's that going? I didn't know. Does Subi throw? Well, if you need a lesson, I got a bunch of slip trailers. You let me know. Though I will say that I usually use slip trailing for glazing. Cool. Yeah, just send me a text. We'll figure something out. I usually use my slip trailers for applying glaze, not for slip. Do you know what the kind of like the desired look that you're going for these slip trailings that you want to do, or is it just kind of like an experiment in the whole process of it? Mm. So Amanda, that's definitely the oolong's always good. That's definitely the Western way of looking at it is uh, treats and not really about the tea. Okay, okay, cool. And now, are you also interested in slip application, like in on the pod itself without a slip trailer, or just like applying slip in a various ways? Because that's something else we could talk about if you feel like it. Nice. I'm sure she would have some solid ones. I did something really sketchy on this one. I decided to take some holes from the connection point between the two, and they're not coming out, which makes sense. They just need to dry up a little bit more, and then I could probably get it out. There. Since they're not clouds anymore, I'm getting a little bit more creative with the color now, but that is looking a little bit more phallic than I expected from a distance, but that's okay. It's not really what I was going for, but cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Two more of these, and then we're done on this one. It happens sometimes, you know? I like this. It's definitely not what we were going for, but I like this. What's black wax? What's the difference between black wax and a different wax? My God, Amanda, tell me everything. It certainly can be, eh? And that's fine with me, Raven. You know, I'm totally fine with that. I'm really liking the difference in holes that we're doing everywhere. Again, this was a great idea. I know we didn't do your actual idea, but I really like this part of the idea, at least. Hmm. What is the does it work better than like Reed's wax? What's the benefit of it? Or is it just like visually black just so you know where you're doing stuff like with that like that other green wax that people use sometimes that's not very good. All right, we got one more. I don't know how well you can see this one, but this blank space is going to go underneath this one. I know, Tracy. It's crazy. I get literally every time I put this in my mouth, I get restricted on TikTok. That's why we're over on Instagram today. No more restrictions. Okay. Oh, 100%. I'm not gonna hear. I'm gonna hear no ends of the whole triphobia stuff when I post this when it's finished. It's gonna be annoyingly aggressive on how many people comment on it, or they just won't say anything. Olive, I love you. I love you. Leave them alone. That's your friend. That's your friend. They're so nice to you. Why are you growling at them? Okay, little love. Oh my gosh, little love, you're being so brave right now, barking at that really really nice delivery guy. So brave, so strong, so beautiful. Yes, all of those things are you. You showed him, little dog. Mm, that's really cool. I like that. Yeah, her she's so scary, isn't she? Triphobia is the scare of repeating, the fear, very irrational fear of repeating holes, Cynthia. So like people would just be like terrified of this because it has holes in it, you know. Fair, Tracy. She doesn't like big trucks or big men or feet. Hmm. Thanks, Kate. That's super cool, man. I'm gonna have to Google that when I get back in and after I get off of work because I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of time between getting up from my studio after I clean up in here and having to run to teach tennis. Yeah, isn't that what we said? Kitten? I can't actually read everything at the moment. It really seems like it's Cynthia. I didn't know about it until I started doing all these things with holes, and the internet started getting all the shtiddle about me that I had to put, like, when I first started doing these double wall pots with the holes, people were like, you got to put a warning before the photo. I really like this one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. I'm not, whatever. If it freaks someone out, freaks someone out. Um, okay. I think we can clean. I really like this one. I really, really like this one. I'm excited for this. All right, I'm gonna clean it up with a sponge, uh, and then we're gonna get out of here because I have to go harass these kids and while they're trying to play tennis. We're not even gonna play tennis today. It's like it's too wet and cold out, so we're just gonna maybe have a practice. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with them yet. Put something in the gym, have them hit against the wall or something. They'll just play games all day. It's our last practice, so I might very low stakes as far as like having them actually accomplish anything today. I just want them to have fun. I mean, I always want that, but now no one's going to complain to me if they're not learning enough because it's the last day and it's raining out. Hi, hi. Thanks, Cynthia. Oh, am I saying it wrong? Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, that makes sense. I barely speak English, so it does check out. So it's trypophobia. I've been saying it wrong for years. I thought it was just kind of like, yeah, yes. So I was listening to a podcast on spiders, and a lot of it had to do with like people being scared of spiders and things like that, and how irrational that is considering how many spiders there are and how few are actually poisonous. And it was just, I mean, I already knew what they were going to talk about in the sense of like it just really stems from your parents not liking bugs and teaching you bad habits about killing things unnecessarily, and creating fear where there shouldn't be. But it was an interesting podcast still. I didn't realize that only like 50 spiders actually are poisonous in the US out of the 50,000 plus that are here. I was unaware of that number. And so the whole like poisonous thing, like to be scared of them is super irrational itself. Thanks, Queen. All right, let's flip this thing upside down so I can work on its butt. And so I do this with the sponge and everything, but I'm going to go back later on with sandpaper and really get it nice. Right? There's so many spiders and so few poisonous ones around. I mean, it depends on where you live and everything, but like, I'm in Connecticut. It's like nothing here. I think there's only one, and I've never seen one in Connecticut. I've seen one in New Hampshire. I've never seen one here. And I'm outside all of the time, so I'm not trying to, Queen. I would prefer not to break it. I think the only way I would get to break it is if some random person came in here and donated as much as this would be to buy when it was finished. And there's no way anybody's going to do that. So, and that accounts for YouTube takes 30%. So it would have to be the price plus 30% for me to justify it. Mine is, you can actually get rid of, make it 25% because then I think about processing fees for other places. Yeah, exactly. There's no, I don't think there's black widows in Connecticut. I could be wrong. I think we only have brown recluse, and I've never seen one. Exactly. And on top of that, Tracy, we're so much bigger. Just move it outside. It's such a silly thing. And I see it a lot in the kids that I teach. Their parents tell them to go just kill every bug. And so I had a kid, get this. We were on the tennis courts. There was a ladybug on the ground. He kills the ladybug before I can stop him because his parents hate bugs, all bugs. A ladybug. Anyway, I had a nice talking to the kid. Um, he knows not to kill anything, at least around me now. How messed up is that? What kind of parenting is that, honestly? That's just disappointing. God, I'm getting all sad just thinking of that poor ladybug. Anyway, I think he gets why it's not okay just to kill things for the sake of killing things now. Maybe, I hope. There's only one that's poisonous, snake poisonous around here either. I've also never seen that in person. I know it exists around here, but I've never seen it. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, animals. Whatever. It is all what it is. It is, just everything's just trying to live its life. Life is hard. I don't know. It's just nice to be nice. I don't know why people go out of their way to be mean to anything, but whatever. I just try my best with these guys, these kids, trying to teach them to not be cruel for no reason. Get rid of that sociopathic behavior their parents are instilling in them. Anyway, here's our last piece of the day, and I have to bail. I have to go teach in like 10 minutes, so I'm freezing. It's cold. And yeah, so this is the one we made. We made that one, and we made this one today. So we're going to be doing suggestions for a couple days, I think, in a row on what we're going to do and all that. So if you guys have any ideas, come mention them. We'll do them in the live for designs. And yeah, later. Lovely seeing you, Tracy. And Cynthia, if you're in here, send me a text at some point. Later. So anyway, yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Anyway, oh, insects. I'm gonna go. You guys rock. It does every time I look at it, it's a penis. It's like a weird deformed one. I don't see usually in pottery, but that's 100% what that is. Anyway, lovely seeing you guys. I'll see you later, probably tomorrow.